Good morning to you. Happy Friday. Today is the last day of the Color Wheel project. And so our prompt is red, violet, triad. So we've got red, violet, we've got blue, green, and we have yellow, orange. And I'm going to play with some alcohol ink today. So let's see how it works out. I have some ideas, a little bit of experimentation. I want to see how it works out. And so, just to recap, as always, we've got our rainbow, well, basic rainbow. We've got our red page, a lot of collage on that one. We've got our red orange page with the little deers and moth, you know, another kind of collage. We've got our orange page, which the little Simon Hurley chickens and some flowers. We've got our yellow, green, or orange yellow, I guess. Oh, what color is that? Yeah, it must be orange yellow. We've got our yellow, so I've got the little yellow squares as the primary main color. We've got yellow green, there's yellow green with the little hummingbirds. We've got green, got some Tim Holtz butterflies or moths, I don't know which, and just a little bit of collage work. We've got our blue-green, which this is actually a little shaker, and with some Trinity Stamps goodies. We've got our blue, and just another kind of mishmash page. We've got our violet, or our blue violet. And these, I put added glitter to them if you weren't with me. Hey, Reagan. And then we've got our purple or our violet page that we did last night. And it was a 4 colors. So it was yellow, red, orange, blue, green, and purple. And today is the last day. I'm going to take this out, but I'm going to be working with alcohol ink. Thank you, Reagan, by the way. Good morning, Maddie. I have here, which a lovely subscriber sent to me, some beautiful heavy Yupo. And so I'm going to start with that and create my ocean background. And I need to, first of all, straighten my camera, which will drive me crazy, or as straight adjacent anyway. And I need some protection here. I can never find that thing that I'm looking for, which is a, where are you? I have a bunch of silicone, but it's not silicone. It's, it's a craft mat that's somewhere, and I don't know where. So, and this isn't quite big enough. I guess I can just move it around. Because the alcoholic does stain these lines. Not that it matters, because they're all getting wiped off. But, let's see, I've got my blower here. And I'm going to start with the darkest blue. This is a pearl. I didn't take out any yellow alcohol inks. And that's going to be turquoise. And what I want to do here is I'm going to spray my Yupo with some alcohol. This is 91% alcohol. And I want to spread this out side to side, basically. And it doesn't need to go all the way to the edge because, I'm going to be cutting it out. So then I can also pick the best part. I'm going to grab some of this pearl, this turquoise pearl, throw it in there. Just to kind of give it a little bit of shimmer and shine. And I'm just gently pushing on my billows here. This is to represent the blue-green. And I just want to add, you know, a lot of pattern here. But I have a plan, and we'll see if it works out. If it doesn't, I'll have to start over. I'm trying my best not to get real thick edges. So just moving it around a little bit. Okay. So for my next color, I'm definitely not going to spray the whole thing. The blue that I used is turquoise. This is also alcohol. And I'm going to come in with some aqua. And move that around. May need to come in with a second coat of that. That's kind of faint. I probably put too much alcohol. You can also use, and probably should use, but I don't have very much of it, so I'm kind of being stingy, the alcohol blending solution. I have a big bottle that's about halfway full, but I cannot get it open. So, lesson, do make sure that you, when you close those, before you do, clean off the lid and the cap, you know, the dispenser. Okay, let's go in with some cloudy blue, and still need alcohol. And this should have probably been down here, so let's just move some of it down there. It's pretty close to the aqua color. Remember, I only need 5 inches, so anything off to the side is bonus. And I'll probably cut it off and use those to make some of my fish, because we're creating an ocean scene. And if I could save my Yupo, then that's a good thing. Okay, and then I've got patina. Just try and be more careful with the alcohol tea. And that's going to be a green, but it's a blue green still, as you'll see as I spread it out. Luckily, alcohol ink dries pretty quickly, because my next experiment, and it, like I said, it may not work, and that's no big deal because alcohol ink can just be wiped off. So right now I'm basically just trying to dry it. What are you into, Missy? She loves to come in here and play with my stuff when I'm working. Yeah, I know. I don't really often pull mine out either, and there's such beautiful things you can do with alcohol inks. And again, right now I'm just kind of making sure that it's dry before I go on to the next step, which is experimental for me. I've seen it done, but it doesn't mean I can do it. Because I'm going to lay a stencil down because I want some added texture to this. So I have my Joggles Cyclone. This thing's a pain to get in and out of there. And all I'm going to do is decide on what tool I want to use. Um, I think paper towel. I'm going to spray with my alcohol spray over to the side and just kind of barely get it damp. And then I'm going to lay it, push, and lift. Oh, that's pretty, huh? Oops, I did it right over that one. I didn't mean to. Big dummy. You do want to change it over every time you lift. But also, these are expensive paper towels, so. Yeah, I mean, I was gifted the Yupo as well, and I have used Yupo before, obviously, but so now I should have, yes, a pattern in my alcohol ink. And am I worried about it being on here? No, these stencils I use for various things, and I just don't sweat them. You know, unless I use a texture paste with it. But if I use a paint or an alcohol ink, no biggie. So there's that. Now, our main color, so that's going to be the main color of the fish. And I did grab another. I grabbed a stamp to lift with. I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece off so that I don't get any purple in there. I don't want to get any purple in there. And this stuff doesn't tear. It's really, really tough. I've got to start making fish. So I took out boysenberry and I only took out one color. But because it's alcohol ink, you can concentrate it more in some places than others to end up, you know, with more than one shade or tint of the same color. So this is going to represent my red violet. So I'm going to get it real heavy concentrated here in the center, and then as it comes out, lighten it out. If I want to lighten it more, let's lighten up here. Just gonna add some alcohol. And then that's where you get the really neat effects. I still need to do yellow, orange yellow too. So it still stays in the color range that I want. Don't go that way, go the other way. Thank you. Okay, so there's some for our purple fish. Now I need some for our yellow fish, but I forgot to take out my yellow alcohol ink. I'm just going to set that aside. So now we have our ocean background. We've got part of our fish. I have a bunch of yellow in my alcohol inks. Let's see, pearls and alloys. I never put these back where they're supposed to be, so let's see. Latte, that is not yellow. These are my neutrals. Sandal. I could probably get away with sandal. Yellow, yellow, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange. Cat, quit goofing off. Okay, I don't necessarily have a yellow orange. Da, 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 da. May have to mix and match. Sunshine yellow. Oh, honeycomb might be the color. Okay, let's see what we get. Yeah, they are. Oh, you know what? I wanted to do some lifting on this. So the way I'm going to do it on this one is I'm going to use my alcohol lifting. So I have this pattern here from Technique Junkies. Because, you know, my fish need a little bit of personality besides what we're just looking at. So I've got here, let me just move my yellows here for a minute. Got here my alcohol lifting. I'm going to really rub it on here because I only have one chance. We're not working in a stamp platform. Hairs. Be great if my hair would quit falling out. Perfect. So see, it's giving little spotty vibes. I need to clean this off. Okay, so I want to use it on my yellow. I don't want to spread any of that purple onto my yellow. Okay, now back to the drawing board here. I need some more of that paper. That was expensive. Look how expensive that paper was. Insane. Insanely priced. And so to receive that was quite the gift. Let's move you over here. Move you. I want to move them because if I'm spraying alcohol, but you can see when you drip alcohol on there, you get cool little bubble effects. And I may add more of those. Yeah, it worked out well, didn't it? I got lucky. All right. They call me Mellow Yellow. This time I'm spraying again. And let me grab the honeycomb because I think that's going to be the closest in the range that I'm looking for. Here it is. Yep. I'm just mad about Fonte. That's the alcohol dries so fast on the UFO that I already need to add more to get this spread out. And I took out a pearl. Alchemy is what it's called. I want more spreading right here. There's this lady named Diane Bryant. I don't know if you've heard of her or seen her on Instagram, but she does the most gorgeous alcohol ink flowers. It's amazing. So in this case, I am going to use my blending solution, provided I can get the lid off, and I can. And I'm going to pour on some of that blending solution, and then I'm going to go in with this pearl. Just to kind of give, you know, a pearly effect. It's got quite a bit of pigment in it. Let's go a little bit of alcohol spray, like so I can get a fun pattern for my fish. Okay. I want more blending, please. I don't want these real heavy spots. Oh, I want some heavy spots, but not a bunch. So now I can get some interesting colored fish. Now what I need is a stencil. I like the stencil lift. Let's see here. I didn't pick out another one, so let me pick one. It's got to be a tiny print. I'm just mad about Fontaine. He's just mad about me. How'd I get that in my head, friends? How? I don't want big dots. Come on, Timmy. Give me some good stencils. Oh, here we go. That's a favorite. Simon Hurley stencil. Now I need a fresh paper towel. Alcohol spray over here to the side. What are you doing? Cat's rubbing on my legs. I like that. That's neat. I think that's good enough. You know what I want? I want a little bit of orange. Even though it's not quite, it'll work beautifully. Mostly because I love this shade of orange. I like how it kind of adds a pink flavor to it. And let's do a little bit of the sunset orange. Yeah, the sunset orange is more of a yellow orange than the Valencia, that's for sure. And I don't think we'll lift any of that. Morning, Frida. Yeah, like a dark orange salmon, you're right. So a lot of the alcohol inks will give you some surprising results as you move them around. Like that. That's not expected. I'm not mad, I like it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fan brush, this one right here. I'm going to spray a little bit of alcohol right onto my mat, and some of it splashed over, and that's okay. And from high up, I'm going to tap off, and from high up, I'm going to do some splatters. Just to kind of get a little fish effect going on. I don't know. Get little bubbles going. Don't go too crazy. You can also use the tip of a stylus and just dip it in alcohol. Okay. All right, now I'm going to put my brush over here in some water, just kind of rinse it off, set it aside. We've got the colors we need. Let me put my alcohol inks all in one spot so that, go get it, crazy girl. I can easily put them away into a whole nother space and time. One thing I want to make sure I have my lids on because I have spilled, yeah, like the lid was really super loose on this one because I thought, wasn't sure if I was going to use it again. So just put my lids on real tight so I can just get these out of the way and try and run an organized show here. No promises. Alcohol lift ink, and I took out my blending pen too, but didn't need it because I couldn't find my alcohol lifting ink refill because I haven't put everything away like I said I was going to do and never did. All right. See, I didn't even make a mess. Now, what we need to see is if this UPO will cut in the regular machine or if I'm going to have to cut it over on my Vagabond. So I'm going to start with my background piece, which is this right here. And it needs to be, I think it needs to be 8 and an eighth. Let's see. Well, where did I put the piece of watercolor paper that fits in it? Did I take it out? No, I didn't. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we need to be about this big, give or take. Just take a pencil. Mark where I need to cut. Okay, that's not fit that way. I want it this way anyway. That way I get my cut straight. Now this part that I trimmed off is not straight, so I want to make sure that that's straight. Typically I don't cut from the top. But I did this time, and that's that. Perfectly good scraps for some other project, some otherworldly project. All right, now I'm gonna cut out fish. Where's my purple? Here it is. And I took out my paper roses fish because they're my favorite fish. And let's go ahead and see if this Yupo will cut. And where are my boards? There they are. See if it misbehaves on here, then I can just take it over to my Vagabond and use the chrome chrome plate thing. So, and what I want to do is I want to actually cut out my fish, pre-cut them, because I don't want to take a chance on ruining what's on there already. Scissors. Where did seriously? It's a question of a lifetime. Where did my scissors go? So it's going to be a little bit of a slow process, but it is what it is. Because what I want to do is I want to fill in those lines with the orange. Okay, moment of truth. Nope, will not cut. Bummer. Okay, so not a problem. I'm not going to have as many fish as I had hoped, or I can hand draw fish if push comes to shove. But let me try this on my chrome plate. Yes. Okay, good. Now I can do several of them at once. Okay. He's so mad. I don't need a ton of fish, by the way. I would bring my Vagabond over here, but it would take up my whole desk. It used to live right next to me, but now it's across the room. These little pieces are a little bit finicky. There's the fish. Yes, alcohol ink. Hi, Tina. Some of these don't want to push out. They will. And the trippy thing is the Yupo doesn't really rip when you force it. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. So this is a heavy Yupo. I imagine if you used a lighter weight Yupo, it would cut with the little cutter. Let's just get this out of the way since I'm not going to be using it. this little piece out. I think I need my extra fingers. Okay, so getting some resemblance of what I'm looking for. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my other fish and then I'll cut them all at once. I really want to reserve these pattern pieces for the solid fish. Might do another solid out of that one. And then, so 1, 2, let's do this one in yellow orange. Come here. Do this one in a more solid. Well, this is some heavy duty Yuko. Just for kicks and giggles. Okay, I'm going to take these over and cut them out. Hi, Pam. Thank you for the goodies. I showed them last night, but you must have been napping. All right. It's easier to carry them back that way because I hate it when I drop my die and it flies away to unknown parts. Okay, now the fun part. Where did I put my pokey tool? So I'm going to lay these pieces out just like so. No, I'm not, because they're going to fight me. Needs a little face. Or I can just paint the face on. We'll see. You know, I've been following all your 3D printing. I wish I would let, no rabbit hole like that for me. You can barely see him, but I have an idea, so there's that. In a lot of cases, these will stay together. This is another one that is an outline fishy. See if these will want to poke out or not. Art. Just the very bottom layer, but it's also plastic, so kind of gotta fuss with it. And I'm gonna fuss with my scissors. Yeah, pretty hot. But we've had a lot of cloudy days and a lot of rain, like in the afternoon, and I love that. That reminds me of Hawaii. That was the one thing I loved about visiting Hawaii is it'd be pretty warm during the day, but not scorching, you know. And then in the afternoon, you would get a rain shower. Now, I don't know if these pieces are going to come out willingly or not, and I'm not going to worry about it. How about that? This one's little fin is supposed to pop out. There we go. Okay, did I miss any? Okay. Now I'm going to use this as a little sort of stencil. I think I want to go this color right here. And I'll just take my pencil, follow the lines. Oh, nice try, T. Let's do that again without moving it. No, I don't think you would thrive in Seattle. Okay, let me just say, Tina, that I lived in Seattle for a summer with my mother, and it was cold. It's normally cold there in the summer. Like it would warm up on some days, but most days were just freezing cold. It's the right line, this one is. Pardon my shaky hands. It rained a lot. I was disappointed. I was thinking about moving to Everett, which is such a beautiful, beautiful place. But then after that summer and I couldn't get warm, I'm like, nah, I don't think so. And did I get the right fish? Yeah, I did. So now we've got a bicolored fish. Now we're going to see how well this Yupo glues. And I don't think I want to use glue stick. I think I want to use, I'm going to use PVA glue. And I'm going to be kind of generous with it. And get it everywhere. Well, it dries clear, so there's that. Shit up. Let's do magnet, magnet. While I grab another, let's do this one. And I think we'll do this one with this purpley bit. So to figure out which template, this one. Dang it, Bobby. Alternatively, and maybe I should, I could just lay the fish on there and then cut out around it. Excuse me. Fish go. Yeah, maybe I want to do that. I'm leaving these pieces in because they don't all want to come out and I don't want it to look weird. There's one that came out that I'll try and find and put back in. Quit shaking hands. Come on, stick. Oh, these fish are my favorite. Okay, he's going to need magnets too. There we go. See how this one did. Stuck. It's mostly stuck. Little fishes. And I'll paint their little eyes on. Now this one, okay, there's one here. And I think I want to do this one with the purple as well. And I'm going to do them with the dark purple. And I'm going to do it the same way I did that one. Anything that didn't come out can just stay. I don't mind. Okay, magnet. Hey, 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 hey. Hate when that happens. Meanwhile, I've got this little guy who he can stay just exactly like he is. So he's got his little pattern in there. What I might do, see, this is where that alcohol lift pen would come in handy. Um, Let me just grab a pointy paintbrush, and I don't know if this will work or not, and some alcohol, just a little bit. Let me zoom in for you so you can see what the heck I'm doing here. Take that, and I need a piece of, just a piece of cloth, because I don't want it super wet, and just kind of lighten these areas out best I can. Just so there's some delineation so you can see without touching the other. You can't really tell. What I noticed here with this Yupo paper is that it uh, bends a little bit. There, he's kind of got a little bit of contrast to him. Oops, I don't know why I did that. I'm a derp, derp, derp. Still not stuck. Okay. Gonna have to wait for that glue to dry, which kind of bites, but okay. So we've got fish. We're waiting on other fish. Got two more fish. I need some bubbles. So let me, I need something around. A Q-tip will work. Oh yeah, I know. Some of those magnets are actually quite evil. Let's don't spray. Let's use this, and I'm just gonna pour a little alcohol out on. And they're not perfectly round bubbles. What can I say? But you're welcome. You're welcome. I think I want some of those to be smaller, so I'm gonna grab stylus here. This one right here. And I want quite a bit of bubbles down here. Yeah, I've been bitten by the bar magnets before. Pretty not fun. I want even smaller. So let's grab a really small stylus. What do I got here? Um, what is this? Oh, that's cool. You know, sometimes I just don't even look at my stuff. Oh, look, a missing pair of tweezers. See, I've got this little thing of little styluses. It's very difficult to get them perfectly round. People can do it though, I've seen them. Ice cream. Blue ice cream or purple ice cream or orange ice cream? Which color? Let's do fan brush. Actually, let's do a small brush. If we get bubbles on top of the fish, so be it. Most of my bubbles I want down here. Just gotta wait for those to kind of turn up. I want some ice cream too. I don't have any though. So, too bad for me. Too bad, so sad. All right, let's see how I do on cutting out the bicolored fish. Oh, it just didn't want to stick at all. Get stuck, you. stuck. I think this would work a lot better with paper instead of Yupo because, you know, it's going to be resistant to glue a little bit. It's going to take longer to dry, and I don't have that kind of time, friends. Fell asleep last night super early, like 9 o'clock. Woke up at midnight 30, couldn't go back to sleep. So fell back asleep watching Schitt's Creek. I love Schitt's Creek, but it's on Hulu, and the Hulu that I have has ads, and that just starts to make me insane. But if I'm trying to sleep and I have anxiety, so I turn the TV on so that it shuts my brain up. And so, as usual, just a little sleepyhead today. Let's see if I can coax that part out. I don't think I can. Bubbles, fish, 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 fish. Oh, hi, Tanya. I'm so happy to hear that. I would so love it to see your projects, especially if you were inspired by something I did or you want to copy it exactly. That never bothers me, ever. These little scissors are working fabulously on the Yupo. And I like them in this case because I can get into these tight areas. And one thing about Yupo is it's plastic, so it's not going to get, you know how you can accidentally tear your project. Okay. I don't even want to get rid of these because I don't. That's why. They're pretty. They're worth keeping and using again, although I have to probably hand cut them or find tiny little dies that will actually cut out. I'm keeping all that. Let's just scoop this off. I don't want the ittiest bittiest pieces. That's just crazy. Okay. You two can go over here. And you two can go over here. And need to wipe that up. You can go there. Lid can go on the glue. Because I'm going to pop the fish up. Okay. So I want to dress up my background a little bit more. So I'm going to do some stamping on there. Think, how do I want to stamp? I'm not familiar with this paper, so I'm unclear on what's safe to stamp on it. I know paint will work. So let me grab a stamp that is in words, work with words. Ooh, this is a favorite too, but I don't want to add too much texture. Let's do this guy. Oh, I could lift. Maybe I'll just lift. Okay. I don't, that's glue. I can't lift with glue. That's just not gonna work. Oh goodness. I don't know that my brain's creative because, well, let me just put it this way. The pitfalls of that are that you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. with crap rolling around in there that you'd rather be sleeping. I'm glad you copied pages from my example because that's why I made examples. Oh, goodness gracious, what did I do there? Well, it is what it is, right? I probably should have cleaned the stamp off first. Okay, so on the darker part, I will. Let me just put some alcohol on here. Clean that off best I can. I'm not mad. It looks cool. But I'm not crazy about how it lifted. So let me do this. Let me grab some paint here. I think I'll use, let's move this bottle before I knock it over on the whole project. So I could just take some alcohol and wipe that off, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna leave it grungy like that. And move you fishies out of the way. And see, I so want to use this fortune teller, and I think I will. Well, you might, probably could actually lift with glue. Let's see what happens with this stuff. I'm just curious. Because it is a mica. I don't expect it to stick, but it might. And you can't dry it because it's plastic. You just have to wait. And I might have to splatter with paint instead. Um, so I'm gonna just kind of tap this down, and I don't care about the crazy colors it's putting in. It's what it is. Just to add a little bit more crazy as texture. Okay, so I'm gonna get my pH Martins. I'm going to see which side of the stamp does it need to go on. This side. I'm gonna grab my wheelie. I'm gonna grab a little piece of this stuff. Ready for this? I need something to scoop that out. Um, I may just ruin the whole thing right now, so we'll see. Yeah, that's fine. The Nightbot is a jerk, and I keep turning him off, and he keeps turning back on. Yeah. So that's barely visible, but exactly what I was looking for. So now I'm just going to get some water and clean that off. Water, where are you? I lost my water. Here it is. You guys can see that I really abuse my red rubber stamps, and that's okay because they can take it. They can take heat and everything. All right. I got a little bit left here. Let's go ahead and just roll this off a little. I need a scrap to roll it off on. I don't have one right now. I'll just peel it off later. And then add some water. And grab my fan brush if I can find her. I used it earlier. Good thing I have more than one. Just to add a little bit more movement. In the water. Wiped off and out of my way. I can put this page together. And I have to decide. I'll have to wait for that to kind of dry. I have to decide how I want to handle. Well, I want to pop my fish up, so I want to glue this down to the um, page. I want to enhance the edges here, and I'm trying to think what the best way to approach that is, because I only have black and stays on. I think I only have black. I might have them. Ooh, you know what? I think I have a purple. Look at that. And then I can take this little brush here. I don't want to deal with the stays on all over my thing. It's hard to clean. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I wish I had a small one of those glass mats. So that's going to darken that down quite a bit. Let's go this way with it. Let's see. And that'll work. That works. And this keeps us in our red violet. Yeah, you can block Nightbot. You may block anyone you like. I know people have blocked me. Oops, I messed up right there. That's okay. Because it's going to take a minute for that paint to dry. I should be paying more attention, more closely. Try not to touch it. So probably what'll happen is I'll put my fish down and I probably won't glue this into the page on camera. It just depends on how long it takes this stinking paint to dry. I may try, because I really want to have this done because I want to start on a new journal for my Friday mornings. Thursdays, I'm going to be back to making cards. Yep, I like it. I like it a lot. Let's get the book. Where's the book? Here it is. You. Still live, Mike. Okay, I think I'll use double-sided tape for that. Get my foam tape out. Hi, Kalinda. Yeah, stays on does cubes. And they're pretty good size cubes too. I think for the brightly colored stays on inks, the cubes are all the only. And this doesn't have to be down here absolutely perfect. It just needs to be down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it where I want it. Okay. And then let me grab paper clip, and I may wreck it with the paper clip. We're gonna find out. Let's have it placed where I want it. Grab the paper clip. Come on. Just so it kind of stays where I want it. And then I can start pulling up the tape, provided I find my tweezers. Tweezers, where'd you go? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a new brain? There they are. So I'll pull this one. See, I already lost my position, but now the rest I should be able to just pull. There. Let's zoom out just a little bit. The stays on cubes I got from Imagine Crafts. I think I may have gotten this. This is called Gothic Purple. I may have gotten this one in one of those Simon Says stamps. But Imagine Crafts sells exclusively ink, Sukaneko ink. So I use a design for them. So I'm sure I have another color of that somewhere. I just don't know where. All right, fish time. Let's get out all my fish. Is that everybody? I swear I made more than 5. Where's my big... Oh, there he goes. And I think we'll do the bigger ones towards the bottom. Got a little white paint on him, but the... Oops, now I need to zoom out a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Ba -bum -bum. This tape right here, where'd it go now? I brought it over here. Here it is. It says Simon Hurley. I lose this all the time, but it's super sticky. In fact, I think I will cut this in half. I need my stainless steel scissors. And I'll use the clear. Stick them down. And I probably just laid them in wet paint. I did. So what? Get off my finger. Okay, and the other part can go on this fish. That way, if I mess up, you can't see it. Ooh, I'm starving. Mike made me breakfast this morning, but I cannot eat breakfast first thing when I get out of bed. I need to drink coffee and just chill. My stomach's just not hungry. Okay. Since there's 2 layers of Yupo on there, it really is quite sturdy. Oh, no, 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 no. You get back over here. Come on. Go. This one's kind of cool because you can do either way with it until you put the eye on, and you can put the eye on yourself. Come on. This is the only thing I don't like about this tape is I can never peel off the backer very easily. I keep my nails short because they just split like, little devils they are, so I just keep them short so I don't have to deal with the splitting, because when they split like that, then they peel and make me a little insane. 2 smaller ones. I'll do, and then I'll figure out some words, or maybe I want to keep these closer to the top. I want to go this way. Okay. Yep, coffee time, coffee and leave me alone time. Like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me time. Not ready to be spoken to. Not ready to engage, I should say. That's about the time that I'm doom scrolling on my phone, checking the weather, doing all the things, watching videos. This tape. I think I want to keep them in a little closer. In fact, see if I can pull this one up. Nope, that tape is good, friends. I know I have a second piece. Here it is. Probably could use more fish. I'm not, though, because I've gone way over. My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. That one? Janice. Okay, here we go. Me and my placement issues. Okay, that's where she's going. Okay, now I need some words. Words. What words do I want? Oh, look, I found a little scrap. You guys know I love screwing around. Yeah, exactly. And I make my own coffee. And what bothers me is, Mike drinks coffee too, but he drinks his really, really strong, and I don't. So he'll have not made his coffee and come marching upstairs and drink mine. And I only make enough for tops 3 cups, 2 cups right away, and then a cup later on. Anyway, enough complaining out of me. Let's get some of this matte medium. I'm screwing around now because I have empty space here, which some empty space is good, but not all. And I'm just going to drip a little bit of that onto there, rub it on with my finger because I'm just too lazy to clean the tools. And I'll pick it up. lay it down with no rhyme or reason, just as a filler. I have some fish stamps, but I don't know that I want to stamp anything on it. Unacceptable. Thank you so much. You've had 3 Mercedes-Benz? Good for you. Let's see, what else do I have that I can throw on here? See, now I'm just throwing stuff at it, and feel free to do that because why not? I want words though. I'm looking over here to see if I have any words that are already available. No, I don't. So let me go into my files here. Shelves, tissue paper, tea bags, words. I know here. Labels, printed papers, paper dolls, flowers, words. Let's see if there's any useful words in here. I'm looking here at this black. Okay. Let's see. Kaleidoscope of vibrant hues dances across the canvas. Whimsical mosaic of dreams and daydreams interwoven in a tapestry of imagination. Splashes of color mingle in a delightful pandemonium, evoking feelings of nostalgia and euphoria. The canvas is a symphony of playful doodles and abstract shapes where the ordinary those are way too long of sentences. Swirls like a lively carnival parade. Kind of like that. Gaze upon this delightful chaos. I like it. Okay. Okay, and I want to do all these words separately. Gaze. Um, this. I like the stark black and white. Delightful chaos. No, that bothers me. It's bothering me. Okay, I need my tweezers. Cheers. Okay. Deciding where to put my words again is always tricky because I don't typically do that. I think I like that though. Glue. This time I do need glue. And I'm going to put on here the grand finale. I'm going to put some Trinity stamps. um, Sparkle spots. Maybe some bubbles too. I wish chaos was bigger. Okay, let's get some sparkle spots out. Want to make sure we stay in the color range that we're working with. And I don't have any, we have any purple. I do. I know I do. Where are they? I think their color is called grape. That'll be close enough. Um, okay. Love the iridescent ones. I'm almost out. Oh, that's okay, Tanya. Um, you guys even have like dedicated teapots and stuff. I actually have a whistling teapot, but still, I don't rarely ever drink tea. In the winter, I will have an herbal tea. Herbal, if we're being English. Um, okay, my glue is here. So let's go 1, 2, these. Oh yeah, that's going to be the chef's kiss on here. Get away from my underfoot. I love them both, Pam. Great t-shirt idea. For sure. Let's do another one right here. The sparkle spots are perfect for this. I'm not going to go insane with them. Oops, I hate it when that happens. I might put one more and break the rules. Yeah, I'm gonna break the rules and put one more, maybe 2. Then I can stay compliant. And the compliance there is to have an odd number. And then kind of doing a zigzag pattern. I don't know that I want to put any more on there. I think I'm gonna just leave it like that. I just rather prefer not too much. Tea bag in a mug. Well, at least if you drink tea all the time, at least you have a lot of tea bags that you could play with. Empty ones. Okay, friends, that is the end of these lessons with red violet and blue green and orange yellow. And the colors go nicely together. Let me get you close up. There you can see that little bit of text that I put in there and that fun pattern that we used by lifting. That's an ugly mistake, but I'm okay with it. Um, if you haven't seen the series, I've got the whole series live. It'll be there forever until YouTube decides they don't like me anymore and takes it off. But just a final recap for those who haven't seen. So we did our first page, which was a rainbow, or basically our representation in our mind of the color wheel. Then we did our reds. Let me zoom just a little bit. And that was fun. I really like doing that with the Winston Churchill. Because even though I'm American, I'm a royalist and a traditionalist. So sorry, not sorry. Come here, you. And I have little dingle balls on these or beads or whatever. That was our orange red, our orange, and these things never sit right, which is annoying. Our yellow orange, our yellow. It's got a little bird. It just wants to sit like a fool. Oh, never mind. I'm just not even going to trespass on that. Oh yeah. So start saving your tea bags, Tanya, and let them dry completely and then dump oh, you can, they're basically just, at least here in America, they're folded up. They have one little staple or sometimes just one little string holding them at the top fold, and just unfold them and dump out the tea and flatten out the tea bags. And there's so much you can do with them. Yellow, green, green. This one we did kind of an iridescent butterfly situation. And the blue green, little shaker, the blue, the violet blue, and today, or yes, last night we did the violet. See how that little bug came out? You can still see kind of the iridescent. So these bugs do look black until you shine a light on them, little bastages. And finally, our red violet. And that's the journal. And am I going to put a closure on it? No. Do I have a lot of extra pages? Yeah. Am I going to do anything with them? Probably not. Oh, thank you so much. So, I mean, that's the thing. Take your time. There's no rush. This is going to be here forever. So maybe you don't pick it up for a whole year. Pick it up once in a while. Try the techniques that I've shown, and you find them all over the internet besides coming back to the video. And because the main thing was the practice using the color wheel. And I hope that between this and the reading that I gave you, that you've gained some understanding on how to use colors and how to use the color wheel. You have options. There's so many options. You have the Palette Scout. You have the Sarah Lee Davies. Is that her name? No, Sarah Lee Clark color block. You know, what I'm talking about. Words are hard, those big blocks. You have those, you have design seeds that can all help you put together colors. And the one thing that they do is they show an example of those colors put together in like a photograph. But sometimes a photograph, you can look at a photograph of a sunset and the colors will look gorgeous, but when you start putting them together in things that are not a sunset, you have to rethink how much you use of your contrasting colors. Color cues. Thank you so much, Pam. But anyway, thank you guys for taking this journey with me, whether you do it, whether you don't, whether you just came to watch. Look at, I love fish. You know that. All things fishy. And Pam, thank you so much for the little clutch and the little charm, little shaker charm. So cool. Thank you. And I recognize this clutch because I have one with a deer in it. Oh, I have another empty one, but mine doesn't have any moss in it or a string around it or a little label or a little hangy thingy. So I can hang, and you know what I'll probably do is I'll probably Halloween this and hang a spider from it. Maybe light it up. So I'll see you guys next week. If I don't see you before then on maybe a pop-up live, we'll see. Thanks so much. And don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.